University of Arkansas defensive coordinator Travis Williams just went viral with his cover of Glorilla's Yeah Glow. His is Yeah Coach. I've got him here on the 5-Star Flex to talk about that and expectations for the Razorbacks for the coming season. All that and more on the 5-Star Flex. Yeah, Coach.
Yeah, coach.
Yeah, Coach.
What's up, dude? What's going
Coach,
on, my brother?
what's going on, man? Coach, we got to talk about it. 1.7 to 1.8 million on Twitter, another 3 to 400,000 on Instagram, another 250 on Facebook. We're not even talking about the third party retweets and TikToks that you have going on. Right now, you're at about 2.5 million views in 2 days. Travis Williams, tell me about the freestyle. Yeah, Coach.
T Will back, and you know the flow is a free throw.
Oh man, no, we gonna dive into it. Look, this is what I want to do though. I want to give you your flowers. You know
Okay.
like, hey, listen to me. A lot of people, you know when people call you like, man, I see your little freestyle, man, you're doing good, or I see you got your little job or your little car, I see your little interview. No. When they put a little in front of it, they slick hating on you. No,
Okay.
Hey, I see them big interviews you doing, Dukes. Major salute to you. I
Hey, man. Mean a lot, man. Now, hey, but you can't skirt out on this. You got to tell me about the freestyle. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. So, man, to be honest with you, I've been telling the guy, because we got like 7 guys on defense that actually like freestyle. We got a recording studio inside the football facility. And I say, hey, guys, I'm telling you, this Glorilla, yeah, Glow, that beat hard. I said, y'all jump on the verse, then I jump on the verse. I said, but when I go, I just want y'all to say, yeah, coach.
Okay.
And that's how it got started. That's how it got started.
Man. So look, I'm looking at Randy Moss, the Pat McAfee show, Ryan Clark, the who's who of sports media is just like, man, this is amazing. Man, like, tell me about how great the feedback was and how it felt for you to be authentically yourself and get that type of response.
Oh man, it's an awesome feeling. Man, God is good. First of all, just to see it's all about your platform. So I've been posting it, so it's not like a random post. Like if you go back to 2015, you'll see T Will singing in the car, rapping in the car, freestyling in the car, dancing with my daughters, taking the players out, doing dodgeball, doing paintball. Like this one just caught fire for whatever reason. But it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's just behind the scenes of the culture that we have and what we try to do defensively and just pointing to these guys. And football is hard, so we try our best to make sure they're having fun with it as well.
Okay. Let's dive into a couple of these bars. You know, I like to dissect them. I want to see what you're talking about for real.
Okay.
Always strive for more, but grateful for what you have got. Talk to me about that.
Always strive for more, but I'm thankful for what I have. Got no play around with T Will. He's a head case. All he do is blitz.
Man, that bar right there is just, man, we always push to be better than what we were yesterday, but also grateful for where we at. I think you got to understand where you're at as far as just being humble. And then, don't be full of yourself, being humble with where you at, being just very grateful for what the good Lord got you and brought you, but also know he has something even bigger if you stay the path and stay humble.
This a football ball right here. Don't play around with T Will. He a head case. All he do is blitz. If I sin sorry, it's hammer time because he too legit.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that. Hey, I got the hammer too legit, but I want you to explain it.
Don't play around with T Will. He's a head case. All he do is blitz. If I sin sorry, it's hammer time because he's too legit.
So if you from I'm 41, so back in the early 90s, MC Hammer was hard, and Too Legit Quit was a big time song. So just putting the words together there and throwing a player name in there as well, and then the football player in me when I just don't play around with T. I was a little linebacker, so I had to have like a different type of mentality playing the position. So you add that in with now me being a coach, okay, don't play around with T. Will. He's a head case. All he do is blitz, you know. So, but that bar was kind of, if you listen to Glorilla's first verse, it was kind of that same type of cadence and melody that she had as well.
All right, this last one I'm gonna ask you about. Standards, not starters, because that's what's got us here.
Standards, not starters, because that's what got us here. 6'6" quarterback, and he dropping dimes.
Yeah. So
what are you talking about?
That's real. So that's really, be honest with you, that's something we talk about with our guys as far as we have standards, not starters. And I got that from Coach Belichick. You know, no, if you uphold the standards, right, there's no start. You could start last week and not start this week, right? But the standards part of what we're trying to do, going to class and being on time. And so that's our deal of just holding guys accountable. So standards, not starters. So no, there's not high school or pee wee when your parents say, little Johnny need to start this week. Well, have little Johnny uphold the standards of what we're trying to do. So that's something that we point to our guys, and standards, not starters. That's what got us here.
So T. Will, you come from UCF and then you go to Arkansas. Maybe not the season that you wanted, but you learned a lot. What was the biggest lesson that you learned last year that you could take forward going this year?
Yeah, so, and one thing we're telling our players and the coaches is, and it start with our leader, Coach Sam Pittman, is like last year's last year. And whether you had a really great season or you had a season that wasn't the standards of what you were looking for, you got to let that go. But at the same time, you have to check under the hood as well and see what needs to be fixed under the car. So Coach Pittman is doing that, and we've done some really good things. He's bringing some really good, talented guys in, high school guys, and also guys from out the portal, just really addressing things up front, with the defense and offensive line, because in our league, that's the biggest thing. And then defensively, we've made strides, but it's times where defensively we could do some better things as well. So as a team, we address all of those small things that we need to fix. Losing some close games, we got to figure out a way to get over the hump. Losing 3 away games by 3 points, each game 9 points total. We got to figure out a way to get over the hump, and Coach Pittman has done a great job of getting that solved.
So as we talked about earlier, I heard you mention Sorey. Talk to me about Xavier Sorey, the transfer from Georgia, and what he's added to your locker room.
Oh, man, you're talking about a young man that's humble, that comes to work every day, no sir, yes sir type of guy. I mean, he's happy. You know, he's put on a lot of weight. He's picking up the defense. He's taking a leadership role. And he and Brad Spence, who was a freshman last year, who's now a sophomore, they kind of clicked really tight and really taking ownership in the linebacker role. So very, very pleased with all of our guys in our room. But you asked about Sorey, and I'm just talking about him. He's really taking a stride to the next level of just really diving into the playbook, going really extra hard with the leadership role, and leading more by example than talking. You know, so a lot of times you come in talking, the guys don't respect that. They respect work, and he comes to work.
So Coach Pittman gives you an opportunity. What's your relationship like with him?
Oh, man, that's my guy. Because, man, you know, college football is hard, right? And what makes a lot of people nervous as far as like assistant coaches is when you go somewhere, will that coach allow you to be yourself? Coach Pittman allows me to be me. Like, I'm high energy. I sing, I rap, I dance. I'm like hugging the players. Like, we have the players over, and like when he interviewed me, he was like, "No, that's exactly what I'm looking for." So, he's real intentional about what he wants. You talking about a great person, a dang good recruiter, and a dang good coach. Man, I really enjoy being around him because he allows me to be myself.
Your energy is so high, but at times when it comes to college football and football period, you got to cut into somebody's tail.
Right on.
How do you balance that line of being a quote unquote players coach, but also being a guy who wants to get the best out of their players by any means necessary?
What you learn and understand is, man, every player want to be held accountable. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the new age of just college football with NIL and all that. Every player want to be held accountable and want to be pushed to be the best that they can be. You know, so our standards is our standards, and if they're not upholding the standard, then we got to do some things to get them back right. But what we do is we define exactly what we're looking for, exactly how it's supposed to be, and then we go from there. But once we define it, it needs to look like that. You know, I mean, little things like if you're gonna get to the ball like your life depending on it. It's that simple. Like we're not going to shy away from that. If you're not getting to the ball like your life depending on it, you're not gonna be on the field. So we can have fun. It's culture building. We're gonna love on our guys because we really feel, and I feel like they'll run through the wall for you. But hey, we we bite as well. You know, if the standard is not the standard. So
Right.
man, these kids want to be held accountable. They got a lot of friends. They want to be held accountable, but also be loved on as well.
Arkansas just had one of the biggest recruiting wins in recent history. Talk to me about how you go about your recruiting process and what makes you different in order to be able to recruit against the big boys, even though you may not have it may not be the chic program at the time.
Yeah, I mean, just building relationships. I know everyone says it, but building relationships and being consistent. Um, Recruiting is work. You got to work. You got to work at it, and you got to check every box and understanding who the champion is, and understanding that young man in his circle, and man, and you just have to work. And that's just, I know it's like a very like simple answer, but relationships and working at it and being you. I think the kids understand what's not real. So be comfortable being yourself, which I am, and it seems to work.
I've talked to multiple players on the Razorbacks roster right now, and they said that when they got around you, it felt like you made Arkansas yours, where it felt more like home. How do you go about making Arkansas T Wheels, or in your specific space? How do you create a home for guys who may not be used to the atmosphere in Arkansas?
Oh man, we roll with our motto is embrace the hog. So
Mm.
if we telling the players to embrace the hog, the coaches have to embrace the hog as well. And since day one I got here, I embraced the hog. I just understand just the culture and understand the tradition. You have to do that. So when you telling a kid about a particular school, if you don't know about the school and you haven't embraced the school, it's hard to really tell the kid. We don't sell anything. We don't sell the school. We tell them the facts about the school, about the community, about the tradition, about the future that is going to be. But just really being able to embrace just the hog. We unique. We the only Razorback in the country,
Right.
right? We're the only mascot that's that unique. So it takes a different type of toughness and a grit. And I think a lot of the young men, they relate to that. They want to do something different and be around something different, be around something that's tough. So that's kind of what we target.
What have you seen from transfer portal enrollee Taylor Green from Boise State that gets you excited about this year?
Just watching his leadership, really, really good leadership skills. He works hard. He leads every race. He's doing extra things on his own, just things that the cameras don't see. That's what you really admire about him more than anything. It's just his leadership and the way he go about his business and go to work. And you see him live. He can throw it. He can run it. Coach Petrino has done a great job with him and developing him. But his leadership skills is the thing that stands out, and the guys follow him. So when you're playing that position, that's exactly what you need.
What keeps you up at night?
Oh, nothing keeps me up at night. I'm man. Listen, I'm blessed to coach football. Um, Nothing keeps me up at night. I just, I'm not playing anymore where I was a 210-pound linebacker fighting linemen. So I'm just calling plays, and man, we blessed to play football and call football, coach football. Nothing keeps me up at night. Shoot, the good Lord wakes me up in the morning. I put my 2 feet on the ground. Man, let's go get it. Let's go be great. So nothing keeps me up at night.
Speaking on you being an undersized all SEC linebacker at Auburn, how do you take that fight that you had and have and infuse that into your team?
I think it gives me a different perspective from not from just playing, but playing undersized. So I don't want no excuse. All my linebackers bigger than all that I ever been. Even when I played in the NFL. Our defensive linemen are big. Like I don't want any excuse, you know. So go out there, use what you got to get what you want. Like whatever size you are, whatever speed you are, whatever, use what you got to get what you want, you know. So there's no excuses. So I don't want to. You come to the sideline and you say this, or man, I don't care your background, I don't care your size, man. Go get it done. Like, man, I'm from the projects and the trailer parks, and I got to college at 188. So, man, let's go get it done, man. Like, just have that dog in you. Don't walk silent, carry a big stick. We ain't got to do all that talking, man. And then put the ball down. Let's play.
Okay, Trav, I need two things from you before we go. One, I need a message from you to the Arkansas faithful. And two, I need a Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, man, that's a good one, and it's an easy one. The message is the same message that's coming from my head coach, Coach Pittman. You know, we're going to embrace the hog. We're going to be tough. We're going to be together. We're going to be consistent. We're going to have accountability, and we're going to have pride. That's exactly what it's going to be. Tough, together, consistent, accountable, and pride. And that's our motto as far as embracing the hog. And you know what time it is? Woo Pig Suey. Go Hogs.
Let's go. All right, man. See you soon, big dog.
All right, big dog. Proud of you.